Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well and taking care, and welcome to this brand new video on the channel. So today I'm once again joined by Go Doctor Who. We've done a few videos together before. I think this is our third video together now. And yeah, before we continue, I'll let Go Doctor Who introduce himself, tell you a bit about himself, and yeah, so go ahead.
Okay, thanks. Amazing to be back. Yeah, I think it's the third video we've done. Yeah, enjoying it. And yeah, I'm a YouTuber called Go Doctor Who. I do reviews, theories, top 10 rankings, and I'll be talking about series 13 when it's coming up. So yeah, I'm excited to be back.
Good stuff. So it's good to have you on the channel. So I will leave a link to Go Doctor Who's channel in the description below. So please go subscribe to his channel. How many subscribers are you at now?
We are currently like 31 or 32 subscribers away from 600. So yeah, getting there.
Absolute fantastic. You do great work, great videos. So definitely do go subscribe
Yeah,
to his
thanks.
channel, support him out, and yeah, check him out after the stream. But yeah, today we'll be talking about Series 13, just sharing a bit of a preview of what's ahead, giving our thoughts on what we all think is going to happen in the new series. So I guess we'll just start off by talking about the recently released full trailer that was released, I think it was a week ago now, or 2 weeks ago, of the Series 13 full trailer. So what did you think of that trailer? Because it was obviously probably the most highly anticipated series Doctor Who trailer we've ever had because of how long we had to actually wait for it.
Yeah, they did some like thing, didn't they, where they turned off their social media and everything, and then they suddenly popped it all back up, and then wait for the Graham Norton show, and then bam, we got a trailer. Um, I enjoyed it. I thought it was quite good. I think we didn't get hardly anything for the first trailer we got, and I was a bit disappointed. But this one gave us everything I wanted. It's very exciting. You don't know where the story's going, but everything that's in it looks really good and crisp. And yeah, I'm mostly excited about the Sontaran War going on. And yeah, it looks very interesting. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. The marketing towards the trailer, it was very weird because first you had the social media shutdown, which to be fair did get the fandom talking, so it did kind of work. And then we had the week of the teaser trailer with the glitches, and then obviously we got the full trailer. But in my opinion, it's probably the best trailer we've had at least since Series 9, since the Capaldi era, I'd say, because I had the trailer, it was kind of perfect. It's like you said, it did give us a lot, but at the same time, we still don't know a lot. At the same time, we don't know the plot. We don't really know what the flux is or what's going on. So I think the trailer had the perfect balance of giving us quite a lot of stuff, but at the same time, holding us back so that we're going into the series pretty blind at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it was not afraid to like show basically new villains as well as classic, which was quite interesting. We got a lot of classic, but we also got a glimpse at some new stuff, which was nice. And yeah, I think also the Cybermen was definitely a big shock on everyone because we didn't know they were back. So are they just playing a mini role, and is that why we didn't know about them, or is there more to it? There's definitely just intrigue all around, and Jodie falling through that boundary or whatever. Very intriguing. Yeah.
I definitely agree. So I guess we'll start by talking about the villains. We'll get straight into that because obviously we have the Centarans, the Weeping Angels, new villains known as the Ravagers. So what do you think of the villain lineup for this series? Do you think it's one of the stronger years?
It's definitely this. It's so much stronger than anything we've seen in Jodie's era. I find. I think we've got. I'm going to start with the Ravengers. I think they might be, or they might be the Flux. Either way, I automatically went Master because of the way he sounded in his voice. But now I kind of am backtracking on that and saying he's not the Master. But they do look like interesting creatures that apparently are well known to the Doctor, or she's known them all their life. So that is intriguing. We haven't seen them in the show before. There's intrigue there. Bringing back the Sontarans with a new design is definitely cool and interesting, and it's definitely going to be a new take because we've only seen one design of the Sontarans in New Who. Sidemen, it's good to see them back in their new costumes. Why not use some of the costumes from Series 12? But yeah, interestingly, they're not the cyber Time Lords, so I wonder what happened to them. And yeah, what else? Oh, Weeping Angels, you can't really tweak them, but they look menacing as ever. So I'm interested for a creepy horror. What about you?
Yeah, so I pretty much agree. So I think in terms of the Ravagers, it does look like that's going to be the alien kind of creepy thing with the crystals that were seen in the full trailer. And I don't know if you've seen it, but did you see the interview with Chris Chibnall where he said the Ravagers was basically going to be these characters from another dimension? So there has been a lot of theories going around online at the moment that the Ravagers are going to be maybe the Doctor's original species. So this is going to be basically who the Doctor really is. It's just obviously the Doctor looks like a human rather than them. But what do you think of that theory? Because that is getting a lot of talk about at the moment on Twitter.
It definitely interesting, I think, because we've got like yeah, they're crystallized creatures, but they do look pompous. Like Time Lords do they tend to look quite they look Time Lord as well with the way they're dressed. So it's kind of maybe indicating that as well because it's not going too far off the idea. Plus, the little girl that was found, which is the Doctor, the costumes are kind of similar, so I can kind of picture that. That would be interesting to see. But yet again, it's Doctor Who, so are we diving too much into the knowledge? But then we kind of do need to resolve the Times Child stuff and learn more about it. So yeah, I'm up for it. I've heard someone's theory, which is Mr. TARDIS, I think, him saying that basically it could be uh, uh, if the Roof Doctor stayed on Gallifrey, that parallel Doctor, and then her fighting these or whatever. That was a kind of interesting idea. I like. So I kind of like Mr. TARDIS' idea of if the Roof Doctor decided to stay on Gallifrey into the run, this is the sort of creatures he would have to fight. That's something I'd more be intrigued for.
So is that kind of like the multiverse kind of theory where it would be revealed that Ruth is like a parallel Doctor? Is that what you mean? Is it something like that?
Yeah, I would definitely feel I would be more happy with a parallel Roof Doctor because it can set up some interesting stuff. You know, it can create maybe another show for Doctor Who to go down or different variants of villains. And I think, yeah, the idea of the Doctor what if scenario, which is very Marvel tends to spill into other shows, and Doctor Who trying that out with the what if the Doctor stayed on Gallifrey vibe would very be cool and interesting. So I would like that. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, because as much as I like the Time as Child arc, I do really enjoy it, but there's no denying it has received a very controversial mixed reaction. So you could argue, because we know Chris Chibnall and the writers, Chris Chibnall, he's had to rewrite the series. So, because I don't know if you remember, but Chris Chibnall did an interview during Series 12 stating that Joe Martin was definitely not a parallel Doctor or anything like that, but maybe with the series being rewritten and due to the controversial reaction, I'm thinking Chris Chibnall might actually make it a multiverse and just say that Joe Martin's Doctor is from another universe. And I agree. I think it could work. Yeah, it's a shame that Joe Martin wouldn't be part of, I guess, our Doctor. But at the same time, it would still, she's still technically the Doctor. It's just she's an alternative Doctor. So I still think it could work, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's still undeciding on where she is or where she fits in because you could quite some people still like the idea of her being between 2 and 3, fitting her in there, or actually being one of the Timeless Child Doctors. It's very interesting to see because it's like us fans right now. Like I'm going Comic-Con, I'm going to hopefully meet her. I'm deciding, do I get her to sign my regeneration book, which has been signed by all these doctors, or don't I? Because it's like I don't know where she would fit in. So I hope, for one thing, if she is in it as a surprise guest, I hope they kind of fulfill where she fits in because the TARDIS is the box. So I'm wondering it doesn't fit in with her being before Hartnell, but if they can make that fit, then I'm all down for that.
Yeah, I do genuinely hope Joe Martin is in the new series because if she's not, it's going to feel like such a wasted opportunity, in my opinion. Like, I feel you've got to bring Joe Martin back rather than having her only make 2 appearances in Series 12. So, and I do think she will. I do think Chris Timnall is just keeping it under wraps, and I do think Joe Martin will come into it. probably near the end, probably for the finale, maybe a multi-doctor finale, maybe. I think that would be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely. I've heard rumors that the finale will answer a load of questions. So hopefully it gets wrapped up well, and the finale can produce that. It's like, and where we will go with the specials because we've got 3 specials after that. So it's very interesting to see where they go next and what their wrap up was these 6 episodes. But there's a lot to do in these 6 episodes. So yeah.
It's definitely going to be a big series. But in terms of the other villain designs, I pretty much agree with your thoughts. I think the new Centarans, they look great. They're obviously a return to the classic series design, if you've seen them before. But yeah, I really like the new design of the Centarans. And I think obviously the Weeping Angels are back. It'll be cool to see them because have you seen that apparently they're going to be in episode 1 because they're in one of the promotional photos for episode 1? So it's going to be interesting to see how the Weeping Angels come into it that early on.
Yeah, I've got an idea of basically the Sun Tyrants and Weeping Angels and the villains that we see in the trailer. I think they're all going to be in different episodes. I don't think they're just going to be something different. You know, we got returning characters. I think we're going to get returning villains, and I think we're going to go instead of just having a solo story on a Weeping Angel or a solo story on the Sun Tyrants. I think we're going to dive into the villains reoccurring as well as the characters. I think that would be cool. But yeah, I think Weeping Angels maybe taken down or something like that. I don't know, but I'm up for it. I'm excited to see what they do with the Weeping Angels because I think only Stephen Moffat's wrote them, hasn't he, or something like that. So a different take, which would be nice.
Yeah, because Stephen Moffat's only written The Weeping Angels so far. And as much as I like Stephen writing The Weeping Angels, I do feel the stories after Blink aren't as strong. I'm not really I know it's controversial, but I'm not really a huge fan of the Series 5 Weeping Angels story, in my opinion. I think the Angels Take Manhattan is okay, but I still think the Weeping Angels haven't been as good as they were in their original story, Blink. So I hope, because there is talk that it might be the Maxine Aldrin episode, which I hope is going to be the case, and that it might be like a 13 solo story with the Weeping Angels. That's the theory that's going around. I think something like that would be cool. I just hope a new writer comes in and will bring new energy to the Weeping Angels, as I feel they really do need it.
Yeah, I mean, like the last time we saw them was what in the Dalek special, but we've seen a glimpse of them. But I've also remember obviously Class being the proper last time, I guess, which wasn't done that well. So it'd be nice for them to show that they're still menacing, they're still kicking about and creepy. I just hope we don't get to delve into them too much because they're kind of mysterious and they work that way. And more the less you know about them, the better, I think. So but yeah, I'm excited.
Definitely agree. I'm really excited to see all these new villains, and I do think it's one of the strongest years. So I guess we'll move on to the new companion now, because we are obviously getting a new companion in the new series. We're getting Dan Lewis. We know he's from Liverpool. We know he's a plasterer. That was a big detail that was revealed during the one show. So what do you think? Are you looking forward to meeting Dan in the new series?
Definitely, it's something different. We've had the same companions all this time now, and we're finally getting someone new for 13 to react with. I'm more excited as well. I think I said this before, but like his family dynamic, I'm very excited for that because we're getting a glimpse of his parents as a recurring characters as well. So I'm excited for maybe his dad embarrassing him in front of the doctor or something like that, or wacky, but just like yeah, his vibe. I mean, we got a little glimpse on the one show, didn't we, of him opening the door and just seeing his kids, and then this other guy, he's just like, no, go away. It's Bradley Walsh vibes, but different. It's a different take, which I'm so excited to go down. It's just hopefully everyone can understand his Liverpool accent if you're from a different country.
Yeah, I agree, because his accent is very strong. Like I can understand it. I'm sure people from the UK can. But yeah, I know when Scottish people are on Doctor Who, like Peter Capaldi, BBC America had to add subtitles because people were just not understanding them. So I think it's going to be a repeat. BBC America are going to need to add subtitles. But yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting Dan. I think he is similar to Bradley Walsh, and I can understand why some people are maybe like they would like it something different. but also at the same time, I feel like it is different. Like John Bishop is just a comedian, but he's a different comedian to kind of Bradley Walsh. And I do think John Bishop, he's going to bring something new to the show. I think looking at that new clip that was released the other day, Dan is definitely looking like a likable character. I think he's going to bring some good humor to the show. And I agree as well, because his parents are definitely in the new series. We're going to meet them in episode 1. And also this as well, apparently his ex-girlfriend is going to be in the series as well. That's, I don't know if you've seen her, that's the woman that's in the promotional images with him. Apparently that is his ex-girlfriend. So I'm hoping it brings the family dynamic back that we haven't seen since the RTD era, because I feel that's been missing for quite a while now.
I think that's going to be interesting, because the more backlog you get, the better, sort of thing. Because like if he has an X on the scene, maybe that's going to give him some reasons of like an awkward phone call or something while he's running by an alien or something like that. It's just like his life is also going to be clashing with the Doctor's life, sort of thing, when he's traveling. So I'm excited for that. I think the main thing I'm very excited for is how is he going to meet the Doctor? Is that basically Chewbacca character? I've forgotten what his name is. I don't know if you can remember it. But
I think it's Karstavasa. I can't remember. It's a very complicated name. I just call it Doctor Who's Chewbacca.
yeah,
I think that's who you're talking about.
I think, yeah, I'm just going to name him as Doctor Who Chewbacca, to be honest. But like, I think he's gonna maybe capture Dan, and it's gonna be a comedy scene and then basically the Doctor lands on the ship and then realizes, oh, there's a human on board and it's Dan, and maybe she needs to get Dan back home, and then things happen and he goes off on an adventure with them instead. I don't know how they're going to introduce him. I think that might be the reason. Maybe he gets taken by an alien or something. Yeah.
I'm thinking, obviously you've seen the one show clip of Dan, but there was filming from series 13 earlier this year where the Doctor and Yaz actually knocked on Dan's door. So it looks like that's how Dan is going to be in. I mean, the Doctor and Yaz are going to meet Dan, is they're going to go knocking on Dan's door, and there's going to be some sort of interaction, and it looks like how they are going to meet, because there's also a new promotional image of episode 1 where the Doctor is actually inside Dan's house. So it looks like that's how they're going to meet. They're going to be going to Dan's door, and then they're going to go inside Dan's house for some reason.
That gives me like partner and crime vibes, sort of thing, where like the Doctor and Donna meet or something. You know, it gives me kind of like that vibe. That'd be interesting and cool. I like that.
But I still think there's a good chance.
Maybe there's a trick. Oh,
I just
thought maybe. I thought maybe there's going to be like, you know, a trick or treat scene where that guy knocks, and then maybe the third knock might be the Doctor, and maybe it's like a laugh of 3 sort of thing where the comedy joke starts coming or something.
That's what I'm thinking too. I think that's going to happen. I think the Doctor and Yas are going to follow that scene, and they're going to go to Dan's house for some reason, because we also know from filming that Centarans are definitely going to be on Dan's street. And we know from the credits of episode 1, the Centarans are going to be in the first episode. So it looks like there's going to be an invasion from the Centarans in modern day Liverpool, and Dan's going to somehow end up on the spaceship with that Doctor Who Chewbacca. So I'm thinking there probably is something behind the whole Doctor Who Chewbacca being Dan's work friend, but secretly an alien. There's going to be maybe that he's going to like save Dan from the invasion, and that's how he's going to end up on the spaceship, and he's going to be imprisoned because obviously Dan's friend is secretly an alien, and Dan would obviously freak out. I think something like that might happen. That seems likely.
Yeah, I like that idea, to be honest. And with the sometimes like being present day and modern day, I like that. But it's like I swear, like in the classic Who, they could travel in time and stuff. But didn't Russell say, oh, they couldn't join the Time War, and that's why they were so angry they couldn't join, sort of thing, and stuff like that. So I'm wondering how they've managed to get time travel then. If they couldn't join the Time War, how they managed to get time travel now?
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to do it. It's going to be interesting to know. But I guess we'll talk about Yaz now as well, because obviously Yaz is staying on for her first season. So what are your thoughts on that? Are you glad that Yaz is staying on for another season, or would you have preferred it to just be the Doctor and Dan?
I'm kind of happy for this to be her last one. I think why not? I think she has a brilliant chemistry with 13, and certainly, like I've said, I think before, it's just like it's not in her nature to leave. I think she's expressed that enough in the special. So, yeah, I think she's just going to go full force. I think we're going to be introduced to 13 and Yaz in that green CGI setting we got in the trailer, I think, and then boom, get into this sort of story. But yeah, I think the one thing that I'm interested with Yaz is she gonna get the police role back or something like that? Are we gonna see that again, or are we just gonna see her traveling the doctor? And how is she gonna react to Dan? Is she gonna be friendly, or is she gonna be like, oh, um, this is different, I don't like it, sort of thing? So hopefully they get on with Dan as well.
Yeah, I think what they're going to do is they're going to make Yaz be a bit jealous at first because obviously there's a new person joining the dynamic. It's going to change things. So I do think what's going to happen, there's going to be a bit of a character arc where Yaz is a bit more unsure of Dan at the start. She's just a bit jealous. But then as the series goes on and Dan and Yaz spend more time together, I think they're going to obviously bond very well, have a great friendship. And yeah, it's kind of going to progress as the series goes on. But at the start, I definitely think Yaz is going to be just a bit unhappy. It's not her and the Doctor anymore. They've kind of been interrupted by this other guy, which yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think that's the type of vibe it might go down because like Christian likes to pluck stuff from other eras, and I could kind of get him to kind of pluck maybe Sarah Jane and Rose vibes of them starting to hate each other and then eventually get to know each other and actually go, oh, you're right, I guess, and let's go, sort of thing. So yeah, I could see them doing that sort of route maybe.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. I do think you're right. I think that's the kind of friendship we're going to see in the new series. But I'm glad Yas is staying on. I think she has a lot of potential. I just hope this series gives her more attention because I definitely feel Series 11, the series didn't really focus on Yaz at all, really. Series 12 was a step up. There was a bit more for character arc with her getting a bit more confidence. But I feel for Series 13, they need to step up and give her even more attention. Obviously, I'm a bit concerned with the TARDIS team still not just being the Doctor and Yaz, but I still hope it'll work, and I still hope Yaz will get enough attention in the series.
Yeah, part of me is a bit like disappointed in a way with her sort of thing because I'm just going to say like in a negative vibe I'm getting is just like we're not going to get anything from her family life because we haven't really seen the TARDIS land that way, I don't think, in like filming pictures and stuff. And I think we're not going to get anything from her family life. We're going to focus on Dan's sort of situation. But I also feel we're not going to get anything mainly with the police either. And there's so much more they could have done. Like they could have brought their sister in or something like that with them to travel for an episode or stuff like that. But I guess 6 episodes, you haven't got a lot to work with. So I'll allow that and just go. I'm interested to see her just more personality shine through. What does she like and what does she not like, sort of thing.
Yeah, I agree. I just hope Yaz really shines this series, but at the same time, I think you're right. I don't think we're going to see much of her family life because I think most of the series is focused on Dan, and because the series is only 6 episodes, there's only going to be so much they can fit in as well. So I'd be surprised if we even see Yaz's family at all. They might pop up in the specials, maybe. Maybe that's where the focus will come in. But I think for Series 13, we aren't going to see Yaz's family at all. Maybe for a scene or two, but I don't think anything major, unfortunately.
Yeah, apparently she said to Radio Times or something. I think it's from one of your tweets. I think she said like she's not she's excited to see what Russell does, so she's not coming back for that. But it's like I think she's not getting killed off, which is something that I thought she should do. But I think because she's not getting killed off now, I can see maybe her mom giving her a hug or something when Yaz is upset and the doctor's gone or whatever or something. I can see maybe their mom might come in for like a 30-second scene to give her a hug or whatever, but that's about it. I don't think we're going to get anything more from them, maybe.
Yeah, because that interview, Manda Gill said that everyone will be crying at the Series 13 finale, although it's a bit unclear if they were talking about the Series 13 finale or the Centenary special, because I can't really see what would make us cry that much in the finale if we know the Doctor, Yaz and Dan are all going to be in the specials. But unless there's some surprise twist somewhere and something major is going to happen, but it seems unlikely. We've seen all three of them film the specials next year, and I can't see a surprise regeneration or anything like that.
Maybe because the show's on about all about time travel, maybe there's a companion death in the finale, but then the Doctor travels with a past version of the companions, and it all ties in the Centenary Special somehow. I don't know. Maybe they might play time travel into it. I don't know. Yeah.
They might do something. There is definitely speculation. They could do something with that. But obviously, we'll talk about the Doctor now, the main star. What would you like to see happen with Jodie Whittaker in her final seasons? What are your kind of expectations for the 13th Doctor's final run of episodes? Although we start the specials next year, of course.
Whole lot of running. I don't know. I think she's gonna gel quite nicely with Dan and Yaz. I don't think there's gonna be a Yaz and 13 love thing going on, but I am very excited. I think she's also gonna bounce off Vinder's character, because I think Vinder is I don't know if to mention this, but I think like John Barrowman's not in the series no more. I think Vinder's replacing him in that role, sort of thing. So I think we're going to get that sort of chemistry from them two. And I think 13 might just be trying to find out who her people is and be invested, because that's what I would do. I'd be like, well, I thought it was a Time Lord, I'm not. There's these things coming from other universes. Maybe I can try and find my planet from all these different universes. So maybe that's the thing that's going down. But yeah, I'm excited. I hope they don't go the route of I'm going to die soon. Here's the four knocks sort of thing. I hope that's been done to death. So I hope when she goes, it's just focusing on that story, and when she goes, there's nothing tying in into other stories of how she's going to go, sort of thing. But yeah, what about you? What's your expectation?
Yeah, I agree. I think what I would like to happen is obviously I want Jodie Whittaker to have a great final season. I don't want them to focus on the regeneration or anything like that. I'd rather they leave that till the specials if they're going to go down that route. I'd rather for a final season, I want to see a darker Doctor. I want to see, because I still think, looking at Jodie Whittaker in Broadchurch and shows like that, I still think Jodie Whittaker has a lot more to bring to the role. And I want to see that. I want to see a bit more of a darker, sadder Doctor throughout the new series. Don't change her personality completely. Just have a few moments there and then when obviously she is going to be a bit more upset and a bit more darker than we've ever seen in Jodie's performance before. So I really like to see that happen in the new series.
Yeah, I think the thing that puts her in that situation quite a lot is like the Master really gets under her skin. She can really, them two having performances is one of the best things from the Time's Child story. You know that they really do gel quite nicely, and she shows all these different emotions. So I'd hope maybe, because apparently the Master's in the Centenary, maybe that might bring her best performance out so far with so much history they've done in the show now. That really might work, and we might see more of 13's different emotions the way the Master brings it out.
Yeah, because there was that box where like somebody was on the Doctor Who filming set of the Centenary special and just had a box called the Master prop. So yeah, it does look like the Master is back in the Centenary special. Do you think the Master will be back in series 13, or do you think they'll wait until the special next year
Uh,
to bring him
I think he is in it for a little scene, because wasn't there months ago, before this was even filming the Centenary, there was a glimpse of Mandip and Sasha putting the testing in their nose or whatever. So I think they filmed a little thing for the Master for Series 13, but the main thing for the Master is going to be for the Centenary. I think that's my vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, I agree. I do think the Master will pop up in series 13 with the finale, but I'm not 100%. It's really hard to tell. But I guess now we'll talk about the plot of the series, because we know so little of the plot. It's kind of insane. We know so much, but so little at the same time. But what do you think is going to be the storyline of series 13? Do you have any theories? Like, what are your thoughts for the whole storyline of series 13, because we know it is going to be a serialized story over 6 episodes?
So what I think the story might entail for Series 13 is probably not the Yaz and 13 relationship sort of thing. I don't think that's going to happen. But once we get introduced to Dan and stuff and the plot starts getting ahead, I think maybe from episode 3 onwards, we might get, like, because all these different universes you were talking about, like these new creatures, maybe that might indicate the Doctor to think, well, we're seeing all these different universes. Maybe this is my opportunity to find out what universe I came from, and we might get a glimpse of that. Maybe like the 12th Doctor looking for Gallifrey when Missy was saying it's here. I think we might get that with 13 trying to find where her planet is and where she came from. So we might get a bit of backlog where 13 might be. And I think the FLUX or these new creatures are what causing all these new monsters to pop up or stuff like that. So I think it's all going to tie in, and I think it's more like a mystery of who's the Doctor's people. And I think that's more going to show maybe midway through the series, like episode 3 and stuff, we'll start getting some answers to that. So yeah, I think it's going to wrap up with the Times Child stuff. But what about you?
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat as you, to be honest. I think it is going to link with the Timeless Child. There's no doubt about that. I know they haven't directly came out and said that, but I think the Timeless Child is going to be a big part of the storyline. I think the FLUX, by looking at interviews with Chris Chibnall and stuff, it does sound like it's going to be some kind of it's going to be some sort of dangerous event. So maybe something to do with time, maybe something to do with these Ravagers from another dimension. Maybe it's going to be like, I think it might be a multiverse. Maybe all these universes are colliding and the Doctor has to stop it. And another theory I have is, you might have seen this yourself, but there's a lot of speculation at the moment about the TARDIS potentially dying in the new series, because in some of the newly released photos for episode 1, you can see there's this kind of black decay seen on the TARDIS pillars, which weren't there in series 11 and series 12, and the Doctor is actually seen sonicking it. So I think the whole TARDIS dying rumor, which was a big rumor from early this year, I think that rumor might actually be true. And yeah, the TARDIS is going to be maybe got a disease from the FLUX, and there's going to be a kind of like ongoing arc about the Doctor trying to find a cure for her TARDIS. But what do you think about that idea? Would you like something like that?
It would definitely be interesting. It'd be more like the Doctor can't fly the TARDIS and it's out of control sort of thing. So yeah, I'd be up for that. I think definitely the TARDIS dying is definitely an interesting topic, because TARDIS is such a big thing for the show. So that would be cool. I think they could possibly do that. Yeah, I'd be up for that. I also think about the. Oh, sorry.
I'll let you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I just realised as well the episode titles we haven't really talked about as well. Really, the Halloween Apocalypse, is it, and something the War of the Sontarans, is it?
Yeah, the War of Sontarans is episode 2. Yeah.
Definitely, I like the War of the Sontarans thing. Halloween Apocalypse, I like the word apocalypse. That just sounds cool and interesting as hell. But Halloween just gives us a vibe of where this episode took place, I think, really. I'm not that big fuss on titles. Like, I will just watch it. I hardly remember titles that well. But yeah, I like the vibe of that so far, and the idea of it being chapters instead of episodes. Chapters sounds cool, 6-part chapters. So yeah, what's your opinion on them?
Yeah, I had the episode titled, obviously episode 1's called The Halloween Apocalypse, and there's obviously been a bit of a controversial reaction online to it, but I'm pretty much the same as you. I just don't really care about episode titles that much. Yeah, The Halloween Apocalypse, it sounds okay. I'm just not that fussed on episode titles, but I think the interesting thing is with episode 2, The War of the Sontarans, is that's actually going to be an hour episode compared to the first episode, which is going to only be 50 minutes long. So that's a bit of a weird decision to have episodes being different lengths, and for episode 2 to be feature length. But I guess that's what shows like what's it called? The Squid Games on Netflix does, where you have every episode be different lengths. So that's something that streaming services do with their shows. So I guess this is a new approach with Doctor Who, where we might see episodes differ between 50 minutes and an hour for the new series, depending on how much time they need to tell that part of the story.
Yeah, I think that's going to definitely pay to its strength if they don't have to go by, oh, it has to be 50 minutes every time because it cuts short or it just drags on too much. Definitely. I remember like Squid Game, like I don't know how many episodes there were, like 8 or 9. I think there was 9 episodes. Episode 8 was only like 30 minutes long, and it was just like, we'll just do it 30 minutes, we don't have to add another 15 minutes onto a series or an episode or something. Let's just do it for 30. So I'm kind of happy that they're going to change the timing because it just means they don't have to rush an ending or they don't have to do certain things. So yeah, I think it's going to play to us strengths of the series, definitely.
Yeah, I just hope we don't get like a 30-minute episode because obviously they could go down on length as well. But I don't think they will. I think it'll definitely differ between 50 and 60 minutes. And I'm guessing episode 2 is an hour long because it is going to be, by the title, the very heavy focused Santarans episode during the Crimean War, which I'm very excited for. I'm really looking forward to seeing the new Santarans in action. And I feel episode 2 is definitely going to be an action-packed one.
Yeah, I mean, if they are changing the episode times as well, I don't know whether Strictly will still be going on as series final appears. Maybe not. If not, they could make the final a bit longer, maybe because they haven't got Strictly on or something. So that would be cool as well, I guess. But yeah, Sontarans episode 2 definitely cool. I was expecting them for maybe episode 1, so maybe they might be like a classic Who sort of thing and introduce them just as a cliffhanger, and then we see what episode 2 brings.
Yeah, because they're definitely in episode 1 because they're currently in the credits list, so they're definitely in it, and we've seen them in filming at modern day Liverpool. So I think you're right. I think they are probably going to be the cliffhanger of episode 1, or only in it for a few small scenes, and then episode 2 is going to be during the Crimean War. Because I don't know if you've seen that scene in the full trailer where you had the scene of all the Centaurans going up against all the soldiers. I think that scene looks incredible from looking at the trailer. I've never seen that many Centaurans and soldiers on screen before. It looks very impressive.
Yeah, that was very much the standout for the trailer, I felt, definitely, because the colors, the vibe, the massive. It's obviously how they're going to explain that as well, like massive army of Sontarans versus massive humans. Since when was that in the history books, sort of thing? So I'm very intrigued of where that's going. But it just looks amazing. It looks like a standard of a Netflix drama or something like that. Really, money's definitely gone into the budget there.
Yeah, it's very impressive, especially when you consider that Doctor Who was only filmed in the UK this year, obviously due to COVID. So I'm guessing maybe what's happened is more money has went into each episode since they can't go abroad anymore. So and there's less episodes. So I think it's very impressive what they've done. I think they've done a great job, especially during COVID as well.
Yeah, I hope. Do you think, because obviously inedible, Russell will take over eventually? Do you think from this series here keep the Sidemen design or the Sontaran designs? Do you think going forward? Do you think?
I mean, it's hard to tell what Russell will do with villains. I would like to see Sasha Dewan's master stay on. I've seen a lot of people say that. I think Sasha Dewan, he probably is one of my favourite masters, along with John Sim. So I would like to see Sasha Dewan stay on with Russell T Davis. And I like the design of the New Centaureans. I like the design of the Cybermen. So I wouldn't mind at all if that design stayed on because a lot of the designs stayed on for the Stephen Moffat era between Russell and Stephen. So yeah, it makes sense for Russell to bring some back as well. It would add up.
Yeah. Do you know? Is it Dan Starkey who plays the Sontarans? Does he play a Sontaran in these? Do you know, or is he playing a different character? Because I know he's in the credit.
He's playing I think it's the Centauran. It's definitely the Centaurans. I think he's playing a few different Centaurans though. So I've seen some people say the Centaurans are just going to all look the same in the new series. I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah, I know that he is definitely playing a few different Centaurans. I don't know if he's going to be the commander or what, but he's definitely going to be playing a few different ones.
That'd be interesting because I've heard they're like taller as well. So I wonder, because he's quite a small person, I wonder how are they editing to make it look bigger or what? Because that'd be interesting if he's playing them. But yeah, I would love maybe a reference to, oh, they've changed the batch clone or something like that. But yeah, their design looks more rough as well. Like metal armor looks like they've been in a war, so that's cool. And of course, the Ood as well is a cool thing, but I think that'll be like a one-off, like maybe a background character or something.
Yeah, because there's a lot of talk that episode 1 could be the episode where the Ood and the Cybermen appear, because the spaceship that Doctor Who's Chewbacca is on, it does look very similar to the one the Cybermen and the Ood are on. So maybe it is just going to be small cameos, because we know the Weeping Angels are going to be in the first episode as well. So I'm thinking episode 1 might just be lots of cameos, and then from episode 2 onwards, we get an episode with the Centaurans, we get an episode with Weeping Angels, then the Ravagers, etc., etc. But episode 1 is just going to be one big, massive episode with lots of different villains.
Yeah, I hope we don't go the Trenzalore vibe of basically, oh, we have a glimpse of Weep Angel, glimpse of this, glimpse of that, but they're only in it for a couple seconds. I hope we don't go that vibe of just, it's like a quick glimpse and they're gone sort of thing. So, yeah, I hope they actually play a part to the story instead of just being looky, looky, here we go, there's one thing, and go sort of thing. But yeah.
So I guess to wrap up, what we'll talk about, what we'll do is we'll both make a prediction. So what would your prediction be for the new series of Doctor Who? And then what we'll do at the end of the series is, I'm sure we'll do another video together after series 13, and we'll come back to this and we'll see how close we were at predicting the new series. So what would your prediction be for the new series Doctor Who?
I think a prediction would be them creature. We will see the Doctor's planet, and it will be destroyed, or we will see their planet has already been destroyed, sort of thing. Because I think it works to the Doctor's advantage to be a last of her kind sort of thing, or a lonely person. I don't think it works for her to be constantly going to see her species. So I think if we do get to see her species, it will be gone by the end, sort of thing. That's my prediction.
Good stuff. Mine is kind of similar to yours. So I think in the new series, it is going to be revealed that Joe Martin and the other Timeless Child Doctors, I think they're going to do the parallel universe thing. I think they're going to make that be a different universe Doctor. I think it's going to come from the same universe as the Ravagers, and it's all going to come together. And yeah, I think it's all going to add up, and we're going to have a multiverse kind of scenario in the new series, and the FLUX is going to be some sort of event that brings the two universes together, if that makes sense. So that's my final prediction for Doctor Who FLUX.
Definitely sounds interesting.
Definitely. So what would your final remark be for the new series on Sunday? Are you looking forward to it? What's kind of your final expectations?
I'm excited for the setup. I feel like I'm going into it open-minded, but I'm also going into it going, this is going to be setting up what's to come. So I feel like don't get too excited, but just go into it going, this is going to be set up. This is where we're going forward. And I think the main thing I'm excited for the most is the introduction to a new companion. And of course, Dan going, it's bigger on the inside in a Liverpool accent.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same boat as you. I think I'm really excited for the new series. I think by the trailer, it's looking like a fantastic run, and I think there is a lot of potential. And I really hope the serialized series format works, and I hope it just works out well for Jodie in particular, because I do think personally she is an underrated Doctor, and I would just like to see her and the team get a bit more appreciation. But I completely agree with people that the writing hasn't been the best in series 11 or series 12. It was definitely better in series 12, but not the best it could be. But I really hope series 13 is the best it can be yet, and Jodie Whittaker will go out with a bang along with the rest of the cast as well.
Yeah, I have an ongoing thing. It's just for me, but every Doctor so far, their last series has been my favourite. 10th Doctor, Series 4. The favourite 11th Doctor, controversial, but I prefer Series 7. And for the 12th Doctor, Series 10. So now Series 13, is it going to follow the trend of Series 13 being my favourite? But yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean, because my favourite series from Peter Capaldi was Series 10. I felt Series 10 was a big step up on Series 8 and Series 9. I'm not a huge fan of Series 7, unfortunately. I don't think any Series Doctor Who is bad. It's just Series 7 Part 2, in my opinion, isn't my favourite. But yeah, I do agree that there is a lot of potential for Jodie's final season to be the best, and hopefully Chris Chibnall has took feedback on board, because I guess that's the last point to make as well. We haven't talked about is Chris Chibnall is writing all of Series 13 as well. Only Maxine Aldrin's the only returning writer coming back. Do you think that's a good decision?
I think it's going to play to his strength. Broadchurch, he really went head full board with that. I think also it's a lot of writing around. He's had chance for criticism from the new series because he's had to change his writing, because we were meant to get other writers. So it'd be interesting to see what stuff he's added to the table. And I think also, just thinking about it, the viewing figures for episode 1, I'm not going to pay too much notice for, because people are going to be out trick or treating and stuff like that. So I probably more focus on the viewing figures from episode 2 onwards. But yeah, Chris Chibnall writing for the series, can't wait. I think he's going to do it really well, and it gives him chance to know where he's put them characters. If you've got other writers writing the characters, sometimes you could forget something someone else has put, but if you know you've put it there, you know where to go from the next chapter.
I'm in the same boat. I think Chris Chibnall, with him writing Broadchurch in particular, I think this will really add to his strength. And I agree with the viewing figures as well. Episode 1 might suffer because of Halloween. It depends, as I'm sure some families will stay home and watch TV, and Doctor Who's a great choice on Halloween night. But then a lot of families will be out as well. Even young people as well. I'm sure people will be going to parties and stuff like that. I've seen a few people are going out and will miss episode live. So I think, yeah, the 7 day figures will be more interesting rather than the overnights, which might suffer just a little because of Halloween night. We just don't know yet what way it'll go.
Yeah, it's I know a few people personally who are going out to, like, not trick or treat parties or whatever. They're going to do the Halloween thing. I also know someone who's a big Doctor Who fan, and she's going to be working on that day. So there's going to be that as well, of normal life playing in the mix. So definitely the viewing figures, maybe for episode 1 might not be the best, but I think it's going to be awesome. I'm personally just going to be watching it. I'm going to turn my bell off so no one knocks my door or whatever. I'm just going to watch it. So yeah, can't wait. What will you be
Yeah,
doing? Are you working or?
I'm the same. So I'm working Friday, Saturday, but I've got Sunday off because I've got a week's holiday coming up, which is good timing. So I'm the same. I've not made any plans on purpose. I'd rather just, we've waited this long. So Sunday night, I'll just be watching the episode, and obviously I'll be doing the review and that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'll just be watching Doctor Who. And I'm hoping it's going to be a great episode. I think it will be. I think we're in for a treat, hopefully. I'm sure we will be.
Yeah, definitely. Hope you enjoy the episode.
Same with you. So yes, it's been a really good podcast. I think we've been going on for about an hour now. So again, we've done really well on the time. But thank you as always for coming on the channel. I do appreciate it. I guess to finish up, I'll just let you
No
promote your
worries.
channel, let you tell the viewers what you're all about and that kind of stuff. And obviously, I will leave a link to your channel in the description below as well, so they can go subscribe to your channel after the video.
So I'm Go Doctor Who. I've been doing YouTube since 2018 now. Close to 600 subscribers. We're slow burn, but we're getting there. I'm going to be doing Series 13 reviews throughout. The only time I won't be able to do it is episode 4, because I'll be going to London and Wales Comic Con, and I'll be meeting a few Doctor Who stars there. So I plan on doing a video there. And for Series 17 box set that's coming out, I'm going to be doing a review for that, and then New Year's Day special review. So there's plenty of Doctor Who to come on my channel. But yeah, thank you for having me, and I look forward to maybe talking some more on Series 13 when it's out on this channel. And yeah, thanks as always, William Hill.
No problem at all. So yeah, guys, I will leave a link to Go Doctor Who's channel in the description below. Please go check him out. Subscribe to his channel. He's doing Doctor Who content all the time. It's really good stuff. So yeah, do subscribe to his channel, and I'm sure we will both do another video together either during series 13 if we get the time, or afterwards. I'm sure we can maybe do like a final review together or something like that. And obviously we've got the Dalek special coming up in the new year as well.
Yeah, definitely, I'll be up for that. Let's hope bar timetables cross each other and we can do that. That'd be cool. And hopefully everyone at home enjoys the series. And thanks for having me.
No problem at all. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. As always, just subscribe to the channel. Lots of Doctor Who content. I will probably be back on Sunday now from the next video because I'm now working pretty much till then. So my next video will probably be on Sunday, and it will be or Monday, and that will be my review of Doctor Who Flux, the Halloween Apocalypse. But do enjoy the first episode, everyone. Do subscribe to Go Doctor Who's channel. I will leave a link to his channel in the description below. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.
Bye.